All right, so it's been a while since I've made one of these videos talking about Bitcoin. We talk about it on the live stream, things like that. But in general, I definitely have not really talked about it much because I've been so focused on trading futures and live streaming and all the other fun things that I do. But I wanted to make this video today to talk about Bitcoin, kind of where I'm at with cryptocurrency, what I think, and share my opinion. Maybe somebody cares, maybe someone doesn't. We'll find out. So basically, I'll show you exactly what I'm holding right now. Bitcoin, about $70,000 worth of Bitcoin, and then I'm holding about $43,000 current market value of Solana. So I've got Solana, I've got Bitcoin for about 114,000 total exposure. Now, I did start buying a lot of this much earlier this year, started buying at lower prices. Any type of like real big drops, like one day drops, like right now we're pulling back here. You can see, like if we look at the daily chart on Bitcoin right now, we had this huge breakout. We had a bull flag that started back there. The high, March 2024, we pulled back, we broke out. So I use the same idea when it comes to longer term investing as I would with a smaller time frame. If I was trading a 2-minute chart, bull flags on a 2-minute chart is what we're looking for. Bull flags on a daily chart. Hey, look. So there's the high back there, 2021, the high 2021 in April. So that was your high there. We broke through. Here, we break through the upside. We then turn this into a bull flag and we get that push here. We had the leg up from about 66,000 up here to 100,000. I bought more Bitcoin when we broke out and we retested this level, this breakout level. So you can see the bull flag there, the breakout. And looking at this now, you're like, oh my gosh, it's going to pull back. It's going to crash. But at the end of the day, guess what? Like at some point, yeah, we got to have a type of bull flag. Something's got to form up here, kind of pull back here if we're going to break through that whole number there at 100,000. Maybe it's not as drastic. Maybe we do, and then we go through. Maybe we come all the way down, then go through. My overall, obvious, like bigger idea here is that yes, Bitcoin will make new highs through 100,000. I feel like we're in the perfect kind of situation economically. New president coming in, new regulation, just kind of more free regulation, more pro make money regulation. I think that's going to come. And let's talk about interest rates, right? As interest rates come down, this will lead to more lending. People will start buying houses again. The price of houses will go up. Everything's going to go up in value. Interest rates come down. They will then create more inflation. There's a few reasons that the government wants to do this, and it makes sense, things like Bitcoin, to buy things like gold, silver, and all of that. Because this inflation that is being created for a couple of different reasons. It's being creating so that they can actually devalue the debt and to also decrease the amount of money that they're paying out on the bonds and on everything else that they have that are basically running the entire Ponzi scheme that is, the USA dollar with no real backing other than selling the treasury bonds and all of that fun stuff to be able to print more money. So sell more bonds, print more money, devalue all of the money that you've already gotten a loan on. You keep devaluing it, and it makes it easier to pay that debt. And again, interest rates coming down will make it easier to service the debt. So it's only in the best interest of the government to basically try to create inflation to then devalue the dollar, because the way that the dollar is set up, being able to get more dollars printed would cost less, and it makes sense, right? Like they basically want to create more money, they want to print more money, but they don't want to pay for it. So you have to make the money worth less so that you can then print. It's a whole thing, right? And Bitcoin plays into that perfectly, because Bitcoin obviously cannot be recreated. There's lots of other coins and other stuff out there, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin is finite. You got a very small supply compared to all the people in the world. And Bitcoin, I think, will always just kind of lead as the the main adopter, right? People will always be like, hey, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Like, we've seen a lot of coins come and go, but Bitcoin really has been the storyline since day one. And I think it pretty much will stay that way, at least from a collector standpoint. You know, like in the future, 100 years from now, people are like, oh yeah, I own some Bitcoin. You know, like it's a thing. It's like people would want to collect Bitcoin and it being so finite. That's one of the reasons that I'm long Bitcoin long term. I've also, you know, been in and out of Bitcoin. If you look all the way back here, the first video that I ever made on YouTube, we were talking about Bitcoin when it was $6,000, right? $6,000, Bitcoin goes up to 20. We thought it was crazy. Like, we thought there was no way, right? Like, looking at that chart now, you're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, how is, you know, it's wild to think. It crashes all the way back down. It comes back down here. I think it all went all the way to 3,000 at one point. Yeah, so it pulls all the way back down here to 3,000. And you're like, it's never going to go higher, right? Bitcoin's never going to go up again. And then guess what? It's like this. It's like do. It starts going off the chart. It starts going off the chart. So remember, this is the move in 2020 that we thought was massive. That we thought there would be no way that Bitcoin could ever go, you know, up like that again. And then it's like, oh, hold on a second. This is Bitcoin's biggest move ever. Back in 2017, when it went through $20,000. And now look at it. It's a blip. It's a blip on the chart. So now we look at this move and we're like, okay, look how big that move was. But these bubbles, like these circles, just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, you get what I'm putting down, right? At some point, this circle just gets even bigger and bigger. So I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I've been trading and looking at Bitcoin since 2017, 2016. And, you know, looking back now, I'm like, obviously, I wish I would have held a lot longer. So my goal is to just kind of have that money invested in Bitcoin, have it in Solana, and just let it ride. Buy the dips when I think there's opportunities, but I don't really see any point in taking profit along the way because I can't time it. Nobody can time it. And, well, you can see, like here, you got a 3-month bull flag right there, right? Big old push. We break out through the high of this previous three-month candle. And rip. That's about a $30,000 move there on Bitcoin. Bull flag breaking out. So that's kind of my thought process. At the end of the day, I feel like inflation is going to start to really ramp up again. Interest rates are going to come down. People are going to kind of FOMO into Bitcoin here, going into the holidays. Everybody's talking about it again, and the media's talking about it. Like, I don't think the move is done just yet. I mean, I might be wrong. Like I said, I'm okay with buying the dips here, but in general, I just think the environment of the world that we're in right now is like the perfect scenario for this to go higher. And that's why I am Bitcoin bullish long term, bullish short term, some drops, some pops, but the 3-month chart just looks insanely strong right now. So we'll see what happens. There it is. My overall kind of thesis on Bitcoin. I'm long, I'm strong, and well, there's my current position sitting at about 114,000 here, and we'll see where we end up in a few months from now. Let's find out. We'll find out here, my friends. Let me know in the comments down below. Are you holding Bitcoin? Do you want to know more about, do you want to talk more about Bitcoin? What do you think in general? Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, where's the money? Where's the play? How do we get rich off this cryptocurrency? Boom.